Hey, thank you for being here. We're going to talk about the college campuses of Oregon and the opportunities for the housing around that. I have an idea for you that I think you'll appreciate, but we're going to give a small overview of the two areas, Eugene, where the University of Oregon is, the Ducks, and the Oregon State Beavers here in Corvallis. So we've got two beautiful colleges and both very, very popular. There's been a civil war for 125 years between these two colleges. If you're a local person, it's a big deal. But unfortunately, that's ended with the demise of the Pac-12 and all that. But today we're going to be talking about housing specifically. I want to talk to you specifically the parents of incoming students here at Oregon State University in Corvallis and U of O in Eugene because there's some real estate housing opportunities that many people overlook. Whether you're students joining the football team, the basketball team, rowing, golf, or coming as a freshman or investing in their future, whatever it is, I want to talk to you about buying a home during the term of their 3 or 4 years that they're here in Oregon and how this could make sense, both for stability, for safety, and more importantly, the equity and the opportunities to earn while they're living here rather than renting and all the unknowns that go with that. So, here's what I'll cover today. And the current housing market in Corvallis, we'll start with that. Enrollment and the student demographics. We're going to talk about OSU, the parents, what they care about, safety, rental options, campus proximity, resale values, all the things, and why now might be the best time to leverage this. So let's dive in. So number one, let's talk about Oregon State University. The Beavers, right? So OSU enrollment, the Corvallis campus this fall, where there were 25,374 students. It's up 2% over last year. OSU is the largest university in Oregon for many, many years. Freshman profile is about half of the new freshmen come into Corvallis every year. And out of that, top out of state feeders include Washington, really Washington overtook California recently. California was the number one place that students were coming from, and then followed by Hawaii, Colorado, Texas, and many others. But the city population, for context, the city of Corvallis has approximately 60,408 residents as of July of 2024. You're talking one third of the town is college students, right? So the feel of the town is very college because it's a very small town, like unlike Eugene's a little bit bigger, but pretty amazing. On campus versus off campus, OSU houses between 19 and 23% of the students on campus. Majority live off campus in the surrounding area of Corvallis. My wife went to OSU, and so she tells me that you have to live on campus your first year as a freshman, then you can go off campus. So I wasn't aware of that. I didn't go to that college, but pretty interesting. But what I'm talking about right now is the opportunity. You have this large demographics of students that are looking for offsite housing. There's the dorm feeling, and then there's the frat houses and the dorm feeling of that. And, I've seen 50, 60, 70 kids stuffed into what seems like a four-bedroom house at times. But there's some other opportunities. Why this matters, number one, is it means a large pool of students and parents are looking for off-campus housing for their solutions, creating a demand. And so what we do from the real estate perspective is we look at it from an investment perspective. Track with me for a minute and I'll go into more detail, but buy a house, own it for 3 years, have your kid live in it. Maybe I talked to a parent that has two kids, so they bought a house and their two kids moved in and they had two other roommates that they knew well. And so they did it without formality, meaning they didn't do leases per room. And it was just a handshake situation, which could turn into be a messy situation. But if you have one, two kids going to college at the same time, we could buy a house in Corvallis or the surrounding area close to the college's Primo. Buy a house, have your son, daughter live there for free, get three students to come in and be in a situation to where they're paying rent and they have a safe house to be in and a safe place to be in. It's really, really kind of an opportunity to be special. So the takeaways with this is your child can live off campus for 2, 3 years, creating stability, security, and safety and control. And then you're buying versus renting, obviously. Owning gives you the control of the asset, the resale potential when they graduate. Home near the campus in Corvallis means less commuting and stress for the student. And it's increasingly more difficult to find housing around the college. So there's some housing opportunities to purchase, but finding rentals and things, some of these kids are moving out to Philomath or Albany or, 10, 15 miles away from school. And so there's some opportunities to control that location for 3 years and create some stability around that. So the second component of this, when we look at the Corvallis housing market specifically in this episode, is the current median average home sale value, according to Zillow and other sources, is about $556,000. It's just up barely a percent over last year. We've seen a decline in the market. Prices are more stable. There's more opportunities for buyers. And then on the selling side, it's still okay because it's not a lot of inventory. But according to Redfin, the median price was 575. Zillow's showing 560. So we're right around 560, 575 average. Homes are staying in the market about 84 days on average here compared to 59 days last year. So it's a little more of a buyer's market that we're leaning into. Certain neighborhoods like Northwest Corvallis, the median sales price is all the way up into the 600s, about 625. And again, that's like 6% over year appreciation. So if you have 3 years of 6%, that's an 18% appreciation on your money, on your home equity. Kids live there basically, inexpensively, sharing the utilities and all the things. It's really a good fit. So, the median listing price is dropping a little bit just because of the market, but it's 4%. It's negligible in most areas, but for the most part, it's increasing. So we'd expect an appreciation of 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20% over these 3 or 4 years that we'd be looking at this. So when we look at this buy and hold strategy, then it's a short term. There's some opportunities that are outside the norm and creative sense. But the parent takeaways are this. I think this is a really big buy box opportunity. The investment size, expect price points of $500,000, right? So for homes anywhere near the campus, 500,000 is kind of the minimum side, up to 6 or 6.5 as far as homes that are close to the campus. The holding strategy, since you're on the horizon for this 3 or 4 year term, we're looking for properties that are acceptable to live in, to lease out with an upside and minimal forced stress, right? It's very easy to get kids that are in school, to get other kids that are looking for housing. There really is a housing demand that's not being met right now. Resale or rental, we can always rent it outside of your child that's in school if you want to for a cash flow opportunity. But because many students rent, your child moves out and you may have options to rent the home and keep it in your portfolio if you choose, or we could sell it and we offer some package opportunities in that also if it's looking to, you're looking to dispose of the property at the end of their school term when they graduate and move on to their beautiful lives and families and all the things that are exciting to come, right? So section 3, the next thing we're going to talk about why Corvallis is parent friendly and student friendly both. I talked about that large demographics where you have 60,000 people in town and 27,000 of them are college students. That's a big deal if you think about that, right? Safety and Corvallis is a smaller college town with strong walkability, university resources, active town, university relationships. There's a lot of restaurants even on campus, which is the coolest thing. McMiniman's, which is kind of a Oregon staple. It's kind of an eclectic restaurant, hotel vibe. They're built from old schools and things typically. But Corvallis happens to have one on campus. And it's a great restaurant. It's a great restaurant. It's a pub, kind of brewery type thing. But there's some really cool opportunities for walkability and things around Corvallis. So while I don't have the specific crime rate stats here, you could reference the city's housing and development site for context of crime and stuff, but it's very low. It's a very safe environment. The Corvallis Police Department, Corvallis Fire Department, they have a lot of money because of the college and because of that. The lifestyle and fun side of it, after class, the student can enjoy all the local restaurants, many, many dozens and dozens and dozens, cultural events, nature nearby. You got the Willamette River, forest access, hiking, biking. The coast is 45 minutes away for sand dunes and ocean, and just there's so much to do, right? And they're also close-knit campus community rather than a big impersonable city. Access to athletics and engagement. If they're into athletics, so if they're coming here scholarships or otherwise for football, basketball, volleyball, rowing, golf, all these things, OSU offers some of the strongest programs around. And as a parent, you can keep an eye on the housing asset while they're in a competitive fashion, right? So, really, really a cool thing. Resale, reuse, benefit after graduation. You have several options. Sell the home, convert it to a rental, or even keep it as a long term investment. We can handle all that through partnerships with property management companies, construction companies. I've been a contractor 30 years. I'm also a real estate broker, and I own the premier luxury group here in the Willamette Valley. So pretty special opportunity. The homes near the campus also helps reduce commuting time, giving parents peace of mind. There's a lot of opportunities of things to do here in town, and when you look at campus as a renter, you have a little less control. You have landlords, you have different upgrades. They may sell the home and the kids displaced. You got to find new living. So by doing this, we really create stability for the student and an asset that's appreciating while you're doing it. All right. So let's talk about strategy for buying the step by step, right? We'll set your budget, talk financing. We have a super simple intake where we'll do a Zoom. We'll talk about all the needs that you want to do and handle, and then we'll go to work looking for the right property. But we'll talk about budget, talk about financing. If you're financing versus cash, some of those things are available. Um, a cool thing also, we could put the kid's name on that house if you wanted to and help them build credit while they're in college and they get graduation ceremonies and they have now 2 or 3 years worth of home ownership on their credit that we can have them as a renter and show credit benefits that way as well. So anyway, a lot of creative opportunities here. But whether, how much you want to invest, whether you're leveraging a loan, treating the property as an investment requires options and lease agreements and different things. Location, location, location. Location matters. Prioritize neighborhoods with ease of commute to campus, near student housing. Also consider resale ease. Townhomes don't sell as easy as single family homes in stable neighborhoods, but it may be an option within your budget. Mention neighborhoods like we have Northwest Corvallis, the median sales price is higher, like I said, and we've got some other areas a little more economical. The closer to the college, the more the price will increase and you'll spend more. Condition and flexibility, because you might hold this for 3 or 4 years, then sell or rent. Pick a property in good condition, doesn't require heavy maintenance. We could certainly go in with crews and do flips and rehabs and get it ready for you. We have the ability to do that both internally and through partnerships with contractors. But it's better if you could just strike a check and have a move-in house. But again, we have the ability to go in and replace carpet and paint and all the things, whatever you want to do to get ready, both on your kids moving in and on the sell later in 3 years. Let's face it, 3 or 4 college kids in the house, it might get torn up a little bit, might have a couple beer stains in the carpet. It's normal. We can fix all that when you're ready and get them on the merry way and make it show ready when you're ready. So exit plan, the time your student graduates or leaves, have a plan. List out the property. We'll do all that for you. We can list the property for rent or sell. We can help it with future students. That might be an opportunity for you. Keep it for future students. The premium's a little higher and it could stay in your portfolio. Or again, we could help you sell it, whatever you want. But being realistic about your 3 to 4 year goal is going to help you with this pricing and purchase decision financially. Market timing, given the market stats that we have right now, prices are relatively flat, still rising. Days on the market's lingering a little longer. You may have some negotiation room in your purchase for sure. And then again, emphasize that you can buy and hold and now feel pressured to, rapidly sell the house later. We could help you with all those things, right? Let's talk risks. Interest rates could rise. They're coming down right now. Property taxes and maintenance costs are fairly stable here in Oregon, but there are some things on the horizon to maybe have those raised just a little bit. But student turnover in rentals is high, just the nature of it. and the market downturn, this I want to be transparent. This may be things that we want to look at when we're talking about, is this a good opportunity for you specifically, right? And then, as your agent, we're here to provide local data, explain neighborhoods, connect with trusted inspections, maintenance vendors. We have all that in our back pocket, and we can help with that significantly. So, really, you can make one call to us, and we'll handle the whole enchilada, so to speak. So, to kind of summarize and recap, right? Buying a home near OSU gives your student more places to stay. It could be a smart asset while they're in school. When they graduate, you have options. The median home values are in the 500s. Um, if you want, if you are the parent of the future, right, and you want to have a student go to OSU eventually and be involved in that, then we'd like to explore the homes, talk strategy with you, and talk about this 3 or 4 year time frame that we're looking at. Okay. You could reach us very easily by going to OregonCollegeHomes.com. That's probably where you'll find us. And we have some resources as well as our YouTube channels and all those things. But my name is Randy Bird. I am the team leader of Premier Luxury Group right here in the Willamette Valley. We handle 10 minutes from the college in Corvallis. I'm about 45 minutes from the college in Eugene. We handle that whole area specifically. And share this video with other OSU parents. You know, we're focusing this on the Corvallis piece. I know a couple Corvallis police officers. I know a judge in Corvallis. I have a lot of friends in Corvallis. It's such a great community. Whenever we go out to dinner, we go to the community of Corvallis. That's some of the best restaurants and families around. But if you know somebody that would benefit from this, subscribe to my channel and share this to families, investors, or professionals that have kids going to the college. And let's end on this. Your student embarks on a major life chapter. Let's make sure the housing is part of the winning plan, right? This is such an important piece of their stability while they're in college. And I think we've come up with a winning formula. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. But watch for the next one. We're going to talk about Eugene. And the Beaver people don't talk about Eugene very much because my wife is a Beaver. She went to OSU. And man, when I said I'm doing a channel that's focusing on Eugene, she wrinkled her lip up and she's just like, and I'm doing these little fun videos of the mascots from the Beavers and the Ducks. Benny's the Ducks Beaver. And then I forget Benny's the Beaver mascot. And then Daffy or something's the duck one. So this one's about Corvallis, so I'm leaning on that. Anyway, have a great day. I appreciate you. It's Randy Bird with Premier Luxury Group, and thank you for being here. Bye now.